This is The Voice of the Land on the Big Play Network with your hosts, Kevan Arnold and Jay Banky.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of The Voice of the Land. We are part of the Big Play Network and partnered with LPV Productions. We are sponsored by Vector Technical. They will get the right person in the right job the first time. Also by DP Construction, LLC. Reach out to them for all your concrete needs. Call them at 330-217-4999. That's 330-217-4999. I'm your host today, I guess. Our other host, Kevin, is on, as they say, assignment, and he's actually on assignment, not actually on vacation, as we normally use that for code. But as normally we are with our producer, Pete Telep, as we normally call him now, Audio. He is a AI system, and he's actually not a real person.
Yeah,
you never see him. And today we are joined by my friend Dave, Big Play Dave from the Big Play Network, also host of the Big Play Reflog Show. Sorry, had a brain fart there.
First time hosting, man. You're crushing it. How we doing?
Hanging in there. Just gotta let everyone know you could follow us on Twitter at Instagram at VTL _pod, like our Facebook page at VTL CLE, and subscribe to our YouTube page at The Voice of the Land. So, Dave, it's All-Star Weekend in Cleveland. How you enjoying it so far?
Good, man. Staying indoors. With having four little kiddos makes it a little tough to get out and enjoy the festivities, but we've been watching it on TV. Cleveland's looking awesome. Cleveland players are looking awesome. Darius, excited for tonight, man.
Yeah, I think Cleveland, outside the weather, that was unfortunate for everybody, but Cleveland's really puts on a great show when we are on this national spotlight, that's for sure. And
yeah.
We always hear about how good our food is, huh?
Did you make it out for the festivities last night?
Yesterday, I joined up with the guys from ESPN Cleveland. They were doing a contest for a shootout. I joined in. I wasn't going to win, and thank God there was only 17 seconds for when my turn came. But it was better than any of the events, no joke, of the All-Star Weekend on TV. Because
where was that?
So they were at the YMCA in Lakewood. And what you had to do, there's, I think, 21 contestants. You had to make a layup, a free throw, a three-pointer, and then just short of a half-court shot. And the first person who did all four, that's the set time. And then person behind them had to beat it. Well, it was like 33 seconds. Dude did it the first time. We're like, oh, that's going to be hard to beat. Next guy beats it 32 seconds, buzzer beater. Next guy, I think it was like 27 seconds. And it was just like buzzer beater. And you're watching these guys, it was for $1,000 too. And I'm like, so they're pretty excited when they get that, when they beat it. But the best part is when if you say the person that they were watching, if say they had the set time, I'm watching their face while other people are trying to beat their time. Oh, that was the best part. So you see that last heave go up and they're like, oh, thank God it bricked. And then when it was sinking and they beat it, they just put their head down like, oh, that sucks. I just lost $1,000. Man, that was they need to do this at the All-Star game, I'm telling you. Get 20 random fans from all over, like or we'll do 30 teams, 32 teams NBA. Have a fan from each one and do that competition, and I guarantee you that would be better than that dunk contest they put on last night.
Yeah, maybe do some money for the dunk contest too. That is brutal.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, to be honest with you, but I was down in
You didn't miss anything.
Yeah, I was down in Tremont, floating around everywhere. Tremont was packed.
What was going on down there? Oh, your event.
Yeah, we had our event to meet some of the other local podcast people down there, so that was fun. Met he watches your show, he watches our show, Redleg. I don't know if you know him on Twitter.
Yeah. He's part of the Dogs Table. He's like a reoccurring kind of host on that. Yeah.
We were making fun of him. Someone called him toxic positivity on Twitter. I was like, what? Is that a real thing?
A 2022 phrase right there.
But it was good seeing the Cavs win that competition.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they
this
definitely
core is something special. LeBron is he's looking on. He's jealous.
Yeah, now there's going to be, between the Baker wars on Twitter, it's going to be, do you want LeBron back or not wars next. I'm already calling it.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah, I don't worry about
it. We got our team,
man.
man.
They're solid, man. I think the rest of the NBA is totally jealous of our young core.
Yeah, so I remember like years ago, and it was the Oklahoma City Thunder, and it was their draft. And year after year after year, just hitting every single draft. And I'm like, this is and this was like, during LeBron's era. I'm like, this is exactly what we want to do. Like, how do you hit every single draft and keep that crew together? But we've done it. Like, Kobe Altman has done a phenomenal job every year. And I think Okoro is going to be really, really good.
Oh, I'm a huge Okoro fan. Once he starts establishes his three a little better and gets more confidence, because you'll see him, he'll get it wide open and he'll like pump fake for a second and then shoot it or drive or kick it. He's just got to get a little more confidence in his shot. But his defense, man, he is locked down on defense.
Someone was comparing him to Andre Iguodala. If he could get anywhere close to that with this core, I mean, this could be a championship team, man. Like, I don't want to say not one, not two, one, not three, but we're looking pretty good.
Oh, dude, it's unreal how fast they just turned it around too. I couldn't believe, like, what place were we in like third to last place last year?
Well, what Vegas have us at 26 and a half wins for the year?
I think so, somewhere around there.
It was about that.
We've done past that already. So, yeah, I've never been so proud of these guys. Doing it with not having like a massive superstar like LeBron this time it makes it a little better for some reason.
That's the cool part about it. Like when it was the Thunder and it was Durant and it was Harden and Ibaka and Westbrook, like you just had an incredible, and they weren't like superstars at the time. And it was just through the draft, and they were able to build this young core.
Same
didn't
thing
work out.
I mean, Giannis said it last year. They did it the hard way. You did it all organically. Yeah. And even they made a couple trades, but even those have been, at first people frowned on them, like Markin and Allen. And then when we re-signed Allen, everyone frowned on that. And yeah, that turned around to be pretty awesome moves there. Can't wait to get him back. Markin, and he was a sneaky little pickup there this year.
Yeah, man, bigs who can shoot the ball. Surround Garland with those guys, and I think we're looking all right.
I love the fact the Cavs just totally zigged when everyone zagged too. Like they're like, small ball, we're all gonna shoot threes. We're like, all right, we'll shoot threes. We're just gonna put 7-footers out there that shoot threes. Deal with it. How do you guard that?
A lot of the NBA can't. There's got to be GMs around the league that are like, all right, we need to kind of adapt to what Cleveland's doing, which is kudos to Kobe Altman for that. Yeah. The only team that's kind of given us a little trouble, I think, like 76ers with Embiid. I think Giannis, obviously, the dude's a freak, but outside of that, like there's no team in the East that really scares me when matching up against the Cavs or the West for that matter.
Oh, I totally agree. I don't like the West. The Warriors kind of scare me. They got all the playoff experience in the world. Like they're just the Warriors. You hate them, but they are that good. Outside of them, the Cavs can beat any one of those teams in the 7-game playoff, I believe.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
Especially if they get healthy. I mean, it's almost a game of survivor in the NBA. You got to just go into the playoffs and be healthy. Yeah, I'm with you there. I don't know, man. Garland, I just did not see this coming this year, and he has been so fun to watch. His ability, his basketball IQ is way higher than I think anyone anticipated. The way he can just drive the hoop, shoot the three. His shot, and I know people have compared him to like Steph Curry. It's the swish. It's like the crispest swish out wet.
There.
It's like raindrops when it hits. Like, twink,
yes.
And it looks like it's like hitting water. Yeah, I totally
agree.
And
his rookie year, I was like, he might be all right. He might be a good guy off the bench. And now, man, he does it all.
He's teaching everyone in the city to have patience with young players. That's for sure. Like,
yeah, all of them, really, yeah.
This Cavs coaching staff has really astonished me how they brought along a lot of these players. Like Sexton, when he comes back, he was improving every single year. Garland improved every single year. Okoro improving every single year. We're past when we had young guys like Joe Harris. We didn't really give him a chance, and now he's out there just bombing like 50% threes for the Nets and stuff. And I thought we just didn't develop the young guys that well back in the day.
Or bring it back even further, Danny Green, cutting Danny Green, which he's a pretty good player.
I was so used to be a huge Tar Heels fan, so when we drafted, I'm like, oh, I think we got to steal with this guy, and then they let him go. I'm like, well, why'd you do that? And then he just goes ahead and wins championships with the Spurs. But that's our luck in Cleveland. We're kind of used to these kind of things happening to us.
So what was the vibe in downtown Cleveland? You said you were in Tremont.
Packed.
Was it? Yeah, packed. Super packed. People falling over in the snow.
Yeah, actually, Craig Fountain from the Dogs Table, he totally fell in the snow. He told me today. But it was like there's just ice on the sidewalks in the random spots. So if you take your eye off, you were going down. But it was packed, man, and everyone was in a good mood. No problems. But I mean, there never really is problems down in Tremont or nothing like that. It's a pretty chill area.
Yeah, downtown looked insane.
Oh, shout out to High and Dry, man. They were just great people. That place is a lot of fun. If you ever want to go to a place and go have fun where you don't have to just drink, because they have to, it's like a bowling alley, but it's like mini bowling alley. And they have arcades, pinball. It's just a fun time. Really good service, good food.
Nice. I'll have to make the next one, Jay.
You know it.
I'll just have to bring 4 kids with me.
Yeah. 4 kids, man. I don't know how you do it. Everyone asks me, like, oh, why don't you have kids? I'm like,
you can babysit mine anytime you want. Man.
As I'm looking over at Peter's kid, I'm like, I don't want to insult people's kids right now.
I've got 2 of them, and honestly, I grew up in a family with 4 kids, and I don't know, and so did my wife, and I don't know how my parents did it, because just these 2 that I've got, and I've got 2 boys, which I think is easiest, because it's just easier.
So my fear is,
do they fight all the time? How old are they?
Jacob is 15, Joseph is 10. So they fight constantly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up with 2 stepbrothers. My youngest was younger one was 2 years younger. My stepbrother, other one, was 6 months younger than me, and it just was a fight every day between the 3 of us. And if it wasn't us, it was our older sister kicking our butts. So, yeah, I'm like, I don't want kids. I got to yell at my cats enough.
I love my kids, but I mean, 2 of them, at least if they go in different directions, you can grab them.
But it's got to be fun.
Once they outnumber you, you're kind of.
But it's so much fun when you have All-Star Weekend, like enjoying these events with your kids this weekend. It's got to be a blast.
So this is the first year that, so my kids are younger, but this is the first year they're actually really into the Cavaliers, which is super fun. They're playing NBA 2K22. They're watching the Cavs games. They were super excited to watch the celebrity game on Friday with Myles Garrett.
The Dunkathon by Myles Garrett, you mean?
God, how nervous were you when he kept going up? He almost rolled his ankle that one time. He came down. I don't know if it was on Machine Gun Kelly or who it was, but I was like, oh, no, get him out of this game.
I've never seen anyone injured in one of those games, so I wasn't too worried, but it just being him, there's a part of you inside. You're like, oh, come on, just get it through this. Let's get it over with. And when it hit 0, you're like, all right, good. Great job, Myles. Get out of there. Get some ice on those ankles.
I thought the mayor looked pretty good too, man. He's been watching Darius Garland. I think he had a couple nice assists early in that game.
Yeah, he looked good. MGK did not look too good. He does not look like a basketball player whatsoever.
That's all right.
Nah,
he actually has a decent shot, but yeah, those games are tough, and I think it's just because I'm old, but I didn't recognize 60-70% of that team.
I just told you everyone I knew, and Kareem Hunt, he looks jacked too, but. Outside of everyone we just said, I have no idea who anybody else was.
I only knew the Olympian because I think Kevin No, I think it was on the sports parlor. They were talking about it, and Nick mentioned that he's like, "Yeah, that guy's an Olympian or something. He's Italian." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
The high jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a nice dunk.
Yeah, so I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's who that is." But otherwise, yeah, I didn't know most of the people on those teams. We watched it too, and Jacob's taking an interest in it, so it's kind of fun because, like last night, we watched some of the skills competition and the 3-point stuff. The slam dunk contest was kind of painful to watch. I gave up on that one.
Who did Miles swat?
Are they not practicing the dunks? Like, I remember back in the day, like, Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, even like Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine, like, I guarantee they practiced those dunks for hours upon hours before doing this. It looked like these guys, who was it, like Obi-Wan Kenobi? It was just like they just showed up and tried to do a dunk like at the top of their head, and it did not work out at all.
They need to get the stars in there. Like, how much better it would be if Giannis is in there? Who's the young kid from the Timberwolves? Edwards, I think. He's a dunker.
Why do you think they're not doing it?
I
you would think the nostalgia from back in the day would make you want to go out and do some iconic dunk that's going to be remembered for all time.
Do you think LeBron kind of put it into the superstars not doing it? Because it's kind of like their era, his era of friends and all them were the ones that didn't do it.
Right. I think LeBron was scared that he might lose because there were some high flyers back in the day, but
I just wanted to see how far out he can dunk from. That's all I ever wanted to see. How far behind the free throw line could LeBron dunk from? That's everyone. I mean, come on, LeBron, you could still dunk. Get in there. That'd be awesome. I guess we should go to our first break, though. Brought to you, is it by Vector Technical, correct?
Vector Technical, yeah. So we'll be back after this.
Whether you're looking to hire new talent or start a new career, Vector Technical has you covered. Vector Technical is a 28-year-old staffing firm that has helped thousands of job seekers advance in their career with reputable partners throughout northeastern Ohio. Vector Technical is more than just a temp agency. With an above-average hire-in rate of 1 in 4 candidates, Vector works hard to connect the right person with the right opportunity the first time. Vector Technical hires for skilled manufacturing and light industrial work and is sure to have a career that you've been looking for. To learn more, visit our website at www.vectortechnicalinc.com.
Welcome back, everybody. And here we go in our second segment here. We're going to talk about we talked about all the events before the game. We're going to actually talk about the actual game, All-Star game today. What are you looking forward to most, Dave, from the game today?
Cavaliers in the All-Star game. We haven't had that in a little while.
Is it? Now, are you looking forward to seeing 2 Cavs playing with LeBron?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm excited to see the Twitter reaction when that goes down today. I'm not going to lie. I probably won't comment on it, but I definitely am sitting there with the popcorn, like scrolling, watching TV, looking at Twitter, watch TV. I'm like, oh, there are going to be so many big mad people out here right now.
Yeah, you know we're going to see a DG to LeBron alley-oop.
Oh, yeah. And you know Giannis is going
to do their thing.
You think Giannis is still going to try hard like it's a regular season game like he did last year?
I hope so, man. I enjoyed that. Like, I remember, like, Kobe versus LeBron, and they were actually D'ing each other up. It was so fun to watch. It's always, if we can get a little bit of that, I think that'd be good.
Yeah, it's like the first 3 quarters, it's long threes, 7-foot centers shooting threes that never get to, alley-oops. And then that fourth quarter comes, and those guys, that's when they turn it on. That fourth quarter is always by far the best part of that All-Star game.
I think we'll probably see some Garland 4-pointers where Myles Garrett was shooting with Andy Varejao.
Oh, they have 4-point shots in this game now?
No, they don't have it. They at the Wolstein Center they had the
4-point shot. I saw that. I was like, I don't know what they're doing in this game, but
I think we'll see some deep threes from Darius Garland for sure.
They need to do, what is it, the Nickelodeon Slime Time like thing for the Super Bowl or whatever it was, the playoff games. They need to do the All-Star game and like something like that. That'd be awesome. Did you watch that? Ever the Nickelodeon where they had like the field goals where SpongeBob, and if you made it through, it'd like smile, and then all like it'd pretend to slime the field and stuff.
Yeah, if they got a touchdown, the slime cannons would,
So you need to do that, but like have the NBA Jam effects on the game. So when they shoot threes, it looks like the ball is on fire going through the hoop and stuff. I think that'd be awesome.
That would be cool. That would be sweet. I completely missed that.
Oh yeah, get some boom shakalaka dunks out there.
There we go.
What a great game. Underrated game.
They really should bring in. So his name's Tim, the guy who does the boom shakalaka. They should bring him in to announce the All-Star game.
Totally. I totally agree. That guy was awesome. From downtown. Just bringing up my childhood. Just reminiscing here.
That's right. So if it was NBA Jam today, who is in that team? Who's the 1-2 punch for the Cavs?
Oh, it's got. I mean, Garland is in there for sure. And
do you go Allen or you go Mobley?
That's what I was just debating. I'm like,
yeah,
I would probably go Allen, but it would be nice. You'll always switch. You're like, let's go Mobley in the next quarter, because you usually couldn't you switch between quarters who you brought in and brought out.
I think there was a couple people you could pick from. Yeah.
Who would you pick?
I'd go Garland Mobley. I think.
Going with the youngster.
I think so.
He's got such
a little
nice
better
touch.
shot, a little quicker. I think
can
he handle the ball.
He's like the love child of Kevin Garnett and Tim Duncan. That's who he
It's a good love child right there, man.
It's a hell of a ball player right there. He's got like where he's not mean and aggressive like how Duncan or Garnett was. He's got more of the mentality of a Duncan and the fundamentals, but his defense is like Garnett's big time.
I'm gonna look up what Homage has those shirts, right? NBA Jam.
Oh yeah.
They've got the one with Price and Doherty. I wonder if they have one for the new crew. Let's see.
That was my team. I always would pick Price and Doherty in the back in the old school game.
Oh, you couldn't beat that.
You just shoot threes. With
Maybe Stockton
Price.
And Malone, but outside of that,
I just shoot threes.
Oh yeah, they've got Garland and Mobley.
Nice.
That's a good shirt.
You got to get Allen on that T-shirt. That fro is just the best in the NBA. Let's be real.
Did you hear the announcer just talking about putting they should put a camera in his fro?
Yeah, they should.
A little GoPro in the fro.
I guess they had a camera on the ref, like attached to the ref's jersey. They're like, they need to get one in his fro. That's.
Then people are giving the dude looks like he's got to be the nicest guy in the NBA, and they're giving.
Why was
him
everyone
slack
giving him credit
for what he wore? I'm like, dude, he's not even wearing anything bad, and what do you care what he wears? Like,
he was wearing like a very nice it wasn't a hoodie, but like kind of like a.
It was like a very light hoodie.
Almost.
Yeah, it was like a very thin light hoodie and some pants. Like, I don't know. People are weird.
We talked to Lindsey Gottlieb, the old Cavs coach, and when Allen got the $100 million deal, and she's like, "Yeah, he's not going out and buying a new clothes. He's going to wear his Converses. He's not going to change whatsoever." She's right. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that is. I mean, his game didn't change either. It's just a testament how he is as a person. Like, he got his huge deal and he worked harder. He got better. Like, oh God, I love this team so much right now. They're so fun to watch. I cannot wait to watch this game tonight.
Yeah, and I think he put out a quote just talking about the chemistry of this team, and he's like one of the older ones, and he's like, what, 23 or so?
Yeah.
So he's like, we're just kids kind of growing up in the league together, and it's super fun kind of learning from each other and, just building this thing as a young core together. And, I think that just goes a long, long ways, where there's no superstar. They're working together. They don't care. They just want to win. And they're all on the same page, which is, for the Cleveland Cavaliers, having that chemistry is something typically we haven't really seen, even in the LeBron era, outside of like 2016.
The huge thing for them, to me, is Kevin Love. Like, he may not be the superstar he is, but him buying in this year, being the former champ and being the older veteran, and totally a 180 from last year's attitude, and he just relate him back to Tim or another guy to Tim Duncan. They always said everything worked when the Spurs because Tim Duncan would let Popovich just coach him really hard, harder than everybody else. And they're like, well, if the best player on our team is taking everything from this coach and just being like, yes, sir, no, sir, all right, I'll be better, I'll do this, and just totally bought in, everyone else falls into place. And I think the exact same thing happened this year with Kevin Love, and I think that is one of the biggest reasons we've turned around this year.
Well, and I think credit goes to JB Bickerstaff,
Coach of the year.
Coach of the year, man. You have guys like who were stars, Ricky Rubio, Rondo, Kevin Love, all completely buying in on, bench roles. And typically you don't see that with guys who are used to being in the spotlight. So kudos to JB Bickerstaff, because I think that he has an ability to talk to these guys, get them all to buy in, no matter if they're the rookie or they're 35 years old coming off the bench. They listen to this guy. And I remember a year ago, people wanted him out of Cleveland. They wanted Kobe Altman out of Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
And it's incredible what a year can do. It really is.
Yeah, you got Coach of the Year and probably GM of the Year on the Cavs this year. And a year ago, like you said, everyone wanted him out. So I said, patience, young Jet Ties.
So, Jay, what else are you looking for in this game?
I want to see Garland win the MVP. I would love to have one of, or no, I want to see
LeBron
Allen win the MVP. That smile just needs to be on camera more, man.
It's tough for a big man to win the MVP, I think.
Yeah, but he could easily go for 20 and 20.
Easy, yeah. I don't know.
I agree. It's hard for the big man, but
yeah.
I root for the big man. What do you who do you want to see be MVP of the game?
Oh, Garland, for sure.
All right. As long as you said it was the Cavs, I was going to have to cut you off if you said someone else.
What's your score prediction for it?
Oh, man.
200 to 210?
We're going to say 312 to 430.
I like it.
I don't even know what their scores go. So what are they? Usually like 145 and stuff?
I think, yeah, at least.
So we'll say LeBron's team 145, Durant's team 135. We'll win by 10.
I like it.
How do you like the All-Star selection there with the Harden? The most awkward moment in that was so funny.
I love
great.
KD just justified it too.
Hey, he has a poker face, man. He had a hell of a poker face. He just I'm gonna need some size to compete with Rudy Gobert. And you could just see LeBron takes his thing and he's just like, oh. That was awesome. That was some of the best TV I've seen all year.
Yeah, still don't like Kevin Durant. He ruined basketball for like a decade, but yeah, he's got a good poker face.
Yeah, I'm not a big Durant fan myself. Hell of a player, but I'm sorry. When you lose to a team when you were up, 3-1 with the Thunder, and then the Warriors came back and beat them, and then you join them, I'm like, dude, how do you not want to go back and beat them? Like, there's just no the competitor in me could never not do that. I'd rather lose to that team 20 times in a row than join them, but hey, to each their own. If you want the easy way in life, that's your way of doing it. Do it to it.
I guess it worked out for him, but kind of screwed us over.
Well, I guess we got to get to our second break here, Peter.
Yeah, we can do that, and then we'll be back. We have, if anyone wants to get some Voice of the Land gear, this is where they can get it.
Are you struggling to hire the right talent or maybe even find the right career? Vector Technical makes it easy. Since 1992, Vector has provided Ohio employers with a reliable process for hiring and have helped thousands of job seekers advance in their careers. Vector Technical is more than just a temp agency. We invest time to get to know each client and candidate personally. Vector places people in job opportunities that they are truly excited about. Interested in learning more? Visit our website at www.vectortechnicalinc.com to see a full list of our current job opportunities and to find out what Vector Technical can offer you.
Get your gear at voiceoftheland.com/shop.
Welcome back, Cleveland, and this is a great all-star weekend down in the land. Talking with my buddy Dave from the Big Play Network. How's it going, Dave? Having fun today?
Absolutely.
All right.
Always. Great weekend for Cleveland.
So we're going to talk about second half predictions and what we want to see from the Cavs in this second half. Is there anything you'd want to see them improve on or anything like that going into the second half of the season?
I think the biggest thing is going to be how they can get Karis LeVert kind of integrated into this team, into the chemistry, into moving the ball quickly, quick passes, because last two games, both of them didn't look very good, but I think that Karis LeVert, he seems to play a little bit more ISO as opposed to moving the ball around. So I think they're going to have to figure out a way for him maybe to score off the bench, either the way he's doing it now, or implement him into the starting role where he's kind of moving around with these guys. I think that's going to be one of the biggest pieces, because the dude can score. And we're going to need that, especially if he's coming off the bench. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he kind of meshes. Obviously, he hasn't been here very long. So we'll kind of see how that plays out. But I think he's going to be a pretty big piece off the bench if we're going to make a deep playoff run here.
And you totally took exactly what I was going to say. I'm like, I don't know what to say now because you just nailed it on the head. But yeah, I totally agree. They just got to get acclimated with them.
Wait, so what do you think of him so far?
I love that move. I think it was a great move because they needed a guy who can create his own shot for sure. Like Garland's there, but when he takes a break, we need offense and a guy who could just break down on someone on a dribble, cross him over, and take it to the rim. And he definitely can do that. I mean, he scored 41 the Friday before we traded for him or whatever? Yeah, like he can definitely score. And that's all. I mean, defensively, everyone gave him crap. They're like, oh, you're going to have problems. You're really going to struggle with him on defense. And I think that had to do with where he was. Like, defense is 90% effort. You just got to try hard on defense. That's all it really is. Unless you're just physically ungifted and you're older, then you're going to get beat no matter what. But with how our team is and the way they play defense, and if you're watching everyone else, like if everyone else around you is busting their ass, you're not going to lollygag and feel left out. You're going to do the exact same thing. And you could see it. Like, his defense was pretty good the few games we had with them.
I think it's very difficult to walk into a situation that is nearly perfect and mess that up. Where, just to your point, like, he's not going to come in and not give full effort because he sees every single one of these guys, whether they're a rookie, whether they're 33 off the bench, everyone's giving full effort. So I think him coming in, he's like, this is awesome. I'm going to do exactly what everyone else is doing. But yeah, I think it's just going to take a couple of weeks for him to get inserted into this lineup.
You could tell me he was energized too, because you have to be if you're going from a team.
How could it not?
Yeah, you're going from a non-contender, just they're blowing up their team, to this young up-and-coming star team, and you don't even have to. You're a playoff contender right now, and you're not even in the spotlight. That's like a perfect situation for someone like that. Like, if he's in New York, there's a lot more pressure. When you come in here to Cleveland, there's nowhere near the pressure put on him to get used to playing with us and stuff.
Yeah, I think there is pressure for him, though, because this team was doing so well.
I'm just saying the amount of pressure. Like, you go to, L.A., like, look at Russell Westbrook, like, situations like that. He's not going to face the constant national media pressure from the L.A.s, the New Yorks, and stuff like that you would get. Sure. But, you're going to have pressure, but that's not necessarily a bad thing either.
No, and I think, like, just going into this year, the expectations were so low for this team, and now we're like, oh man, we're actually a very good team. So I think expectations are definitely piling up on this team, but I don't think that's a bad thing whatsoever.
So, Colin Sexton, do you think he might? Now, they're scuttlebutt. I think I'm hearing that he might be able to make it back in the playoffs. Did you hear anything about that?
Yeah, I heard that, and then I heard someone say it's not going to happen, and then I think he signed a new agent. We'll kind of see how that plays out. he would be such a good bench player for this team.
Totally agree.
Sixth man of the year every year if he wanted it.
Mention awards.
Just,
Kevin Love might win that this year.
Right? Yeah, we could win it for the next decade. But I mean, I don't know. It's going to depend on what Colin Sexton wants out of his career, because I mean, he was going in to be pre-injury wanting a max deal. I think you're not going to get that here. I don't think you'll get that anywhere, but I think it's going to depend on what he wants to see out of his basketball career. Does he want to be, the man and try to do it on another team, or do you insert him into this as like a sixth man of the year type guy? I don't know. I think it's difficult to put him and Garland in to a playoff roster as starters, like looking to like next year.
I'd love to see him come in and do the Jamal Crawford role that he did for the Clippers. Comes in and like he might even finish the game in the fourth quarter. He might not start, but he might be there in the fourth quarter if we need our offense. But if we need a defensive team, we'll probably put someone else in, like Okoro or someone. But I'd love to see him just stick around. So
would I. It's going to be difficult, though. I think we'll see how it plays out. But now that Garland is the man, I think it would almost be interesting to pair them together now, because before we're like, okay, what do we have going on here? Like, Colin's not like a true point guard. You've got Garland. They're similar sizes. It's difficult to see kind of how this is going to play out. But now that you have Garland as your all-star point guard, maybe you do take Colin Sexton, put him on the court with a bunch of 7-footers, and it works out tremendously. I don't know. I think that there's a ton of possibilities with Colin Sexton because he's that good of a player, and I'm with you. I hope he sticks around.
I'd love to see him, like you said, because Garland's grown so much as a point guard. I think he's learned so much from Rubio and now Rondo, and his game has just developed astronomically this year. And to see him, I'd like to see Colin play off of him, not so much Colin have to like break down everyone. And yeah, I'd love to see that. That was so unfortunate to see Colin go down this year. That broke my heart. I love Colin Sexton. His work ethic is just amazing to me. Even when we were,
he fits his team perfectly.
Mm-hmm. There you go. When we were in the draft, because I forget who was in that draft. Was that Zion's draft? No. Whoever it was.
Sexton?
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
Well, all the like superstar names that everyone knew were going to be gone, and I heard about this kid from Alabama that played a game 3-on-5 and almost single-handedly beat a team. I'm like, I'm sold. Give him to me. I'm down for the young bull.
Yeah, I remember the GIF or the video of him just staring down.
Oh, the stare down.
I forget.
That was
we
classic.
Instantly fell in love with this guy.
Yeah, totally. That was hilarious. You just looked at him like, Good stuff. Good stuff. Hopefully he gets back healthy.
That's right.
If I was him, I'd probably sign like a 2-year deal with us, though, if I was him. And then try to, like, in a couple years, get the big contract and prove. Because let's say you sign here and we win something or do something big. That's when you get big money. Winning teams will help you get big money. I think trying to get a contract last year with our record really hurt him a lot. You score 25 or 24 points a game and you're on a winning team, it looks a lot better than when you're on a losing team.
Correct. Because everyone's like, oh, he's an all-star, and then everyone's like, well, maybe he's a bench player on a really good playoff team. Mm-hmm. Well, now you could be one of the two on a team that's really, really good. And to your point, he could make a lot of money if he looks really good on a contending team.
Totally agree. I'd like to see him. I can't wait to see him get back. It'll be fun. Oh, man. Anything else you want to see from this team?
I would love to get the number 1 seed.
Yeah. I'm just hoping.
Didn't see that coming, but we're not far off at all.
I would love to have one round at least at home for Cleveland. Would be awesome.
Yeah.
Getting that
would be phenomenal.
The top 4 is my goal. Like you said, I'm praying for the number 1 seed, which is capable of happening because all those guys still got to play each other. They're going to knock each other down a lot too. But
yeah, there's a decent amount of basketball still to be played. So
we got some tough games coming up too.
Yeah. So when are we back on? I think Thursday versus maybe the Pistons.
Well, that one won't be tough. Detroit's never good at anything. Anytime I get a shot to take Detroit, I take it.
I remember I think I said that, and then I watched the game. They just whooped us one game.
Yeah, they must have been at the casino that night or something late. I don't know what happened. Anomalies happen in sports. Yeah, all my my dad's entire side of his family is from Michigan, and he has 6 brothers, 4 sisters. So me and my brother are the only ones from Ohio. Oh, I love wrestling with them up there, especially the Ohio State, Michigan time. They're enjoying this one year finally. Well, Peter, you want to take our last break here?
Sure thing.
All righty, we'll see you on the other side of this final break.
Are you looking for a career in manufacturing? Vector Technical has you covered. Vector Technical is a 28-year-old staffing firm that is partnered with some of the biggest and the best companies throughout northeastern Ohio. The recruiters at Vector Technical will coach you through the entire job process and will help you land an opportunity that you are truly excited about. Vector does not add any additional fees and offers benefits as well as free online skills training through Penn Foster. To learn more, visit www.vectortechnicalinc.com and make sure to check out our job board to see a full list of our current opportunities and apply.
Welcome back as Big Dave is showing off his big hammer here.
Oh, we're just talking Marvel in the break there. Yeah, dude, 3D printer. How cool is this thing?
That's
nice. It's like
I need one like immediately.
10 pounds.
What was the one show I brought in? I have all do you remember Marvel cards from the 90s?
Oh yeah, I've got a ton of them.
Oh, you have them? Yeah, because I have the first 2 series, almost all of them. Oh, they're great. That's how I know them. I was like telling Peter and all them, I was like, dude, I used to know everything about Marvel because I read everything on the back of those things, all the old battles and stuff. So when I'm watching these movies, I'm just like, oh, this is going to happen and this is going to happen. And now I'm glad they changed it because a lot of that stuff don't happen.
That is true. Yeah, we had my kids got into collecting baseball cards a couple of years ago, and so I was like, oh, you know what? I think I have those old binders where you just put them all in the little plastic things, the inserts. And I'm like, I think I have like a ton of baseball cards that when I was little, we'd buy on like the Home Shopping Network, just boxes of them. And so we went over to my parents' house, grabbed those, and inside of like an entire binder was just Marvel cards.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
those are actually some good value to them if they're unopened too. But
I'm sure
I remember there was the first series. There was a trick because remember the holograms, and if you took the back of the pack and you scraped a little bit of the peeled a little hole, you could see if that pack had the hologram in there. And we used to sit. We're sitting in like Kmart, ripping little holes in these things. Like, what are you guys doing? We're like, buying these. Please, can we buy these now? And please don't tell our parents we're doing this. And then the second series, we went to go do it, and then they must have caught on to that because they flipped them around on us. I'm like, oh man, no more free holograms.
That's right.
Holograms. That's the thing of the '90s. Hologram cards.
Holograms and Pogs.
So have you seen the new Spider-Man?
Yeah. So my brother had COVID and we were supposed to go. And so I couldn't go forever. We couldn't go without him because he goes to all the Marvel movies with us at the theater. And so we'll go opening night, me and the kids. And we waited like,
you're saying opening night when people dress up in Marvel stuff.
Yeah, we don't dress up.
I'm not saying, but you'll see them there on opening nights.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's the best part about opening nights. I went for a Star Wars thing once, and I seen every Star Wars character known to man. I'm like, wow, this is kind of cool, but I'm not dressing up.
We still haven't seen it, by the way.
Oh, so we can't say anything.
Yeah. So I avoided Twitter for like 3 weeks.
Same.
I wouldn't even look at the feed, and I'm like, I do not want to know. And I finally went and saw it. And Peter, it's really, really good.
Phenomenal.
I've got to go see it. And the problem is that when it opened, I got COVID.
Oh,
So I was sick, and I told this before. Joe had the flu. Like 10 days later, I got sick. I felt like it was the flu. Then I was fine. I was sick for 2 days, and right before Christmas, and then it's like my wife had us all tested. It's like, nope, everyone's negative but me. But I felt fine, and so she's been kind of like, she wants to go see it too, but she's still kind of nervous about like going and seeing it in the theater with other people, because she's like, I know I'm vaccinated. She's like, but I don't trust anybody else. So her anxiety gets a little out of hand with that one. So
all I'll say is, without spoiling it changed everything. If you could tell, you know what I'm saying, Dave. Everything is so much different now in the Marvel world. It's going to get wild.
But you knew that going into that movie. Like, you knew it was the multiverse.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to get into. Like, I cannot wait to see this Doctor Strange movie. These trailers, I kind of want to stop watching them because I don't want to see you spoil anymore. But I'm totally hooked to watching them to the point I'm now watching breakdowns of trailers. I'm like, oh, man. And they're showing the shards of glasses. And they're like, in this little piece of shard, there's this picture. And this little I'm like, I need to get to that point where I'm getting paid to break down Marvel trailers.
It's time for a Marvel podcast, Jay.
Oh man, we might do a monthly.
You were just talking about it. You want to do another podcast? There you go.
Only if you're joining me.
Heck yeah, I could talk Marvel all day.
Yeah, totally could do that too. But we are a sports show, and it is All-Star Weekend, so we'll get back on track here. Because I could talk, like you said, Marvel all day, and not have a problem with that. But I'm going to hit you with some trivia, my friend. You said you don't know many All-Stars from outside LeBron, and I'm going to tell you the year, and you're going to have to guess the player from the Cavs. You ready?
Ooh, all right.
We'll start with, I'll give you a hint. He was the last All-Star before LeBron became an All-Star for us. Who was our All-Star for the 2004-2005 season?
Before LeBron?
Yep.
Or before LeBron became an All-Star?
No, 2002-2003 season. I'm sorry.
I was going to say Boozer.
Yeah, I got the wrong date on that one. My apologies.
2000 what?
2002-2003 season.
Z?
You got it.
Yes. He was fun in the All-Star game, man. He would just hit his 10-foot.
I don't know. We got music playing here.
It's not over here.
Oh, it's from my tablet. I'm looking. I'm like, where's this coming from? I'm like, I can't tell with these headphones on. Yeah, you got the first one right there. Sorry about the.
I thought like you had some sound effects there for the right answer.
All right, so we're 1 for 1 now.
All right.
Who was
happy.
our?
Can I walk away?
Yeah, no, you're not done yet.
Take the cash and walk away.
Who was our lone All-Star for the 1993-1994 season?
93-94. I'm trying to think of that. Who would be on that roster? So we only had one All-Star?
We had one All-Star.
'93?
Correct. 93-94 season.
93. Okay. Was it Mark Price?
Bingo. I was going to say, he's on your shirt, dude. That's why I'm like, I looked at the screen over here. I'm like, yeah, that is a Mark Price shirt.
I thought it was Mark Price. Then I'm like, I got to make sure I got the date right here.
So you know more than what you thought. You're doing good. 2 for 2. Now we're going to make it tough. We'll go the history route here a little bit.
I'm screwed.
19. You'll know the name. I'll promise you that.
All right.
1978, 1979.
78, 79. Austin Carr.
No. Camby Russell.
Campy.
So we'll do the other history one I was going to do is the 1973-1974 season.
73, 74.
Correct.
No.
Last
idea.
one was Camby Russell.
Austin Carr.
Yep, there it is. I was
He
throwing
was
you off
70
just.
I thought he was late 70s.
I have no
That's why I
idea
went
when
with
he
him the
played.
first time.
I'm just reading them off here. So you got him.
So Austin Carr was 73? No kidding.
Yeah, 73, 74. His only one. I'm surprised he only has one All-Star appearance.
Yeah, man, he was good.
What year were you born, Dave?
83.
83. Let's see if we have one. No. So we'll stick to the 80s. How about the 87-88 year?
87-88. So that was, oh man.
Wait, what did I say?
You said 87-88.
Yeah, that's right.
Brad Daugherty?
Correct.
Yes.
So you only got one wrong. How many do we get now? What are you, 5 for 6?
That's not bad.
Yeah, he's 5 for 6.
Awesome.
I get my date. Yeah, dude, the dates are tough because like you're like, okay, what roster was that? Like Price, I was thinking like late 80s that he would have made an all-star.
Here's one. Here's a tough one for you.
All right. I'm ready.
94-95 season.
Oof. I feel like we weren't very good. Well, 94, no. Larry Nance ever make it?
He did.
Okay. 94. So that was.
If you get this right, I'll be shocked.
Was it it had to have been a starter.
Yeah, he was a starter. He was a Eastern All-Star coaches selection. Played for Xavier.
He played for Xavier?
Yep.
On the Cavs?
On the Cavs.
Xavier. 94.
You want another hint?
Yeah.
Great rebounder for us. Not known for scoring, known for more rebounding.
All right, hold on. 94.
Is that smoke coming out of those headphones there?
Hot
Who wants
Rod?
to get who? Did you say Hot Rod? Hot Rod Williams?
Yeah.
No, but good guess. Tyrone Hill.
Tyrone Hill. I thought he went to Cincy for some reason.
I didn't know where he went. I'm just showing it right here. So.
Cincy. Or Tyrone Hill.
Yeah, hell of a rebounder, man. Hell of a rebounder. I thought I was going to stump you on that one.
You did, man. I blacked out. I didn't remember Tyrone Hill.
All right. We'll give you who was LeBron's All-Star teammate in the 2008-2009 season.
08-09.
So what is he, 5 for 7 now?
It's not horrible.
No.
08-09 LeBron's teammate. Those rosters changed over so many times.
Oh, I know.
It's not Eric Snow.
Nope. Eric Snow, I don't think ever made an All-Star game.
No.
I don't
Was
think
it
he ever
Mo
made
Williams?
a jumper.
Mo Williams never made an
Yep,
All-Star.
you got
did he?
it. That was it.
Was it? Yes. Okay.
The
You
Mo
remember when Mo
Williams.
Williams dunked that season for the first time in his entire career, and the Cleveland bench and LeBron went absolutely bonkers.
Oh my God, that was see my old boss. He used to have floor seats, and that from that era on. Oh my God, I miss those days. Oh, do I miss those days? Now I can't sit anywhere because I'm spoiled.
Yeah,
All right,
they're coming back. They're coming back.
So what are we at now? 6 for 8.
Yeah.
We'll
6
do
for
2
8,
more. We'll make it an even 10.
All right.
We'll keep it more. Who were LeBron's 2 teammates in the 2016-2017 season? This is an easy one. I'm giving you a layup.
Kyrie and Kevin Love.
Correct. So one more. I'm gonna have to make this one.
That's
tough.
7 for 9. I'm actually pretty happy with this.
The 97-98 year.
Oof. What's the question? Oh, who was the All-Star?
Yeah, it was our lone. I think it was our only All-Star in the 97-98 year.
97-98.
Not quite as tough as Tyrone Hill question. This is a gettable one.
Yeah, give me the position.
He, I believe, where the hell did you go? It says center, but I think he played power forward more.
97.
Out of Trinity Valley CC High School.
I don't know, man. I'm drawing a blank. The bright lights of Voice of the Land are getting to me.
Oh, I mean, they're pretty bright. I'll give you a hint. He came out of high school.
Right.
We traded for him. He was a former All-Star before he was with us. He was in a dunk
It wasn't
contest.
like Ricky Davis, was it?
God, no, I would never include him in one of my things. Unless I was saying, who shot on the wrong rim? Ricky Davis.
Right? He's actually a very nice guy.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. I make fun of all these
I don't
people,
know, man. Who is it?
Sean Kemp.
Fat Sean Kemp?
He was skinny. This was skinny Sean. Oh, I guess mid-sized Sean Kemp when he was an All-Star.
No, that wasn't Supersonic Sean Kemp. Yeah, he was
Mid-sized the All-Star year. The next year, he was fat Sean Kemp.
right. Sean Kemp. I don't remember him going to an All-Star game with us.
I think his first year. Was that
No
when we
kidding.
traded for him? We went to the playoffs, I think, his first year here. And that was the first time I ever went to a Cavs game against the Pacers. And Reggie Miller
Who's
knocked
on
us
that
out.
team?
Our
Do you
team?
have
Oh,
that?
that would have been Sean Kemp, Z,
Right. Yeah.
Brandon Knight, Bob Sura, Cedric Henderson, Vladi Potapitko.
Yes.
Oh man, I think Wayne Embry won GM of the year for his draft because who was it? Brevin Knight did awesome his rookie year, and Cedric Henderson he was pretty good.
What a crew.
Yeah, and then we ran into Reggie Miller, and that's why I hate Reggie Miller forever.
That's fair.
I was like 12 or 13, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to my first Cavs game, and just watch him lose. What is going on? All right, just turn that off. And look, there's no like screen; it just randomly plays. I didn't touch
It's
anything.
probably an ad on
just
the bottom
ad
of the page.
Like you ain't paying, you ain't getting out here for free. Not on the Voice of the Land. Well, guys, that's about a wrap. We're about done here. Thanks for coming on, Dave. It was a blast. I really appreciate it. It's been so much fun talking to you.
Of course, guys. Yeah, anytime.
You have to come on
You guys are
with
crushing.
Kevin. When, we got the better host, as I say, the pro.
Right?
I'm just learning on the fly
big-
here.
You did well, man. You did well.
I don't even remember how he wraps it up. So, you guys, we'll see you when we see you.